Hi, I'm Anna Nicole Smith, and today I'm going to be telling you or talking to you about prescription drug abuse. Unfortunately, I did lose my life to prescription drug abuse, so I do know firsthand the repercussions and just how it affects people's lives. So I'm just going to share a little bit about myself first, like how I was raised, just some background information. So I was born November 28, 1967. In a small town near Houston, Texas. I was raised by my mother. My father was not in my life. And by the time I was 17, I was married and soon after that divorced. I dropped out of high school because I had dreams of being the American dream. I wanted to be in the national spotlight. I wanted to be the next Marilyn Monroe. Soon after that, uh, I started getting a little bit of fame. I became Playmate of the Year for Playboy, and I starred in a few films, and then attention just started seeking me out. It was recorded that I once said, "I love the paparazzi. They take pictures, and I just smile away." I've always liked attention. I didn't get very much growing up, and I've always wanted to be, noticed. And that does sound like something I would say. um, a little bit after my career hit its climax, my son did die, and at that point, I couldn't recognize myself anymore. Um, I was never the same. Uh, I was stuck in this media frenzy where his death was all anyone ever talked about, and at that point I no longer liked the attention. I didn't want the attention on him anymore, and then I was stuck in this paternal lawsuit for my daughter, and things just got out of hand. They got crazy for me, and I just I was so consumed in my problems. I died on February 8th, 2007. I was only 39 years old. They found me unconscious in the Seminole Hard Rock Cafe Hotel Casino in Hollywood, Florida. Um, they found 9 different kinds of drugs in my system. 9. And, this isn't a biography by far. I'm just giving you a quick synopsis of my life and how I ended where I ended. I think the biggest problem with prescription drug abuse is this misconception that because it is prescribed to you by a doctor, that it is safe. Receiving prescription medication is just as risky because it is a man-made drug. You don't know how it's going to work with your body chemistry. Everyone is different. You have hopes that the medicine is going to work the way you want it to, and sometimes science makes that possible, but it's never 100% certain. And the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration has categorized prescription drugs in the same category as opium and cocaine. So that should speak volumes for you. These drugs have also been found to be just as risky and dangerous as street drugs like LSD, cocaine, ecstasy, meth, just street drugs. They're just as risky. So this misconception needs to be squashed. The high potency in these prescription drugs makes them very, very dangerous. Oxycontin and similar painkillers have noticed a double have deaths have doubled in 5 years. So the amount of deaths that have occurred doubled in the amount of 5 years because of the potency of the drug like Oxycontin and painkillers. That's what I'm trying to say. Another issue is that medications come in all shapes, sizes, colors. They're very easy to get mixed up with one another. You have no idea what you're taking sometimes. Depressants, stimulants, antidepressants, and opiates all, work differently. They all do different things, yet they look similar. That is a big deal because you might get someone else's pills mixed up with you, and that goes back to the body chemistry, and it's just very dangerous because you don't really know what you're stepping into. Prescription drugs also have short-term effects and long-term, of course, but short-term effects being like slow brain function, slowed pulse and breathing, lowered blood pressure, poor concentration, confusion, and the list goes on and on and on. Add addiction to that list because that is also an issue, and the problems are just out of this world. And the higher the dosages, the more extreme the effects. So if we're having people who have prescription drug problems, which we all know that they do, then of course they have to be disturbing society some bit, you know, with these weird health concerns that they have going on. So if it's disturbing society, how are we as society handling them? We're turning to doctors and pointing fingers and say, oh, it's your fault. You're the ones who are prescribing the medication. It's your fault. I think that is a big no-no because in that scenario, the doctors are tightening the leash on the substances saying, no, you can't have this. And we all know that when a product or a drug becomes harder to get, it is the street cred of it goes through the roof, and that just creates this ever-going cycle that no one needs to be a part of. So what do? I say that we nip the problem in the bud before people turn to drugs. Get them the help that they need. Inform people about this problem. There is an average of 2,000 teens abusing prescription drugs. 48% of your high school students recorded to have used prescription drugs to get high. I was lost in my own world and problems when my death occurred. It is very important to spread the truth about prescription drugs and speak out. Let people know the severity of the situation. Monitor your teen. Check for signs of depression. You have the ability to save a life. I wish someone had only reached me before it was too late. They could have saved my life. Thank you.